Tips for racing pigeons using the darkness system. Racing pigeons is an exhilarating sport that requires dedication, skill, and careful training techniques. One popular training method used by many pigeon fanciers is the darkness system, which involves keeping the pigeons in darkness for a certain period to enhance their natural instincts and performance. This article aims to provide a comprehensive guide with valuable tips for racing pigeons using the darkness system. By implementing these techniques, fanciers can maximize the potential of their pigeons and improve their racing results. Understanding the darkness system. The darkness system is based on the principle of simulating the natural instincts of pigeons to improve their racing abilities. It involves keeping the pigeons in complete darkness for a specific duration, usually ranging from 14 to 18 hours per day. This mimics the behavior of pigeons during the winter season when daylight is limited. The reduced exposure to light triggers certain physiological and psychological changes in pigeons, enhancing their homing abilities, endurance, and overall performance during races. Preparing pigeons for the darkness system. Before implementing the darkness system, it is crucial to ensure that the pigeons are in good health and condition. Here are some essential steps to prepare the pigeons. Health check. Conduct a thorough health examination to identify any underlying medical issues and treat them accordingly. Consult a veterinarian if necessary. Conditioning. Prior to starting the darkness system, ensure that the pigeons have undergone proper physical conditioning, including regular exercise, a balanced diet, and sufficient rest. Selecting pigeons. It's important to choose pigeons that exhibit good racing potential and have already shown promising performance in previous races. Implementing the darkness system. To effectively apply the darkness system, follow these key steps. Light control. Use a light-proof loft or section to house the pigeons during the darkness period. Ensure that no natural or artificial light can enter the loft during this time. Duration. Start by gradually increasing the darkness period until it reaches the desired duration. Typically, a gradual increase of 30 minutes per week is recommended until reaching the optimal length. Consistency. Maintain a consistent darkness schedule throughout the training period. Pigeons are creatures of habit and thrive on routine. Exercise and training. Pigeons need regular exercise to maintain their physical fitness. Allow them to fly freely during the daylight hours and provide training sessions to maintain their racing skills. Nutrition. Offer a well-balanced diet to support the pigeon's energy levels and overall health. Consult a specialist for advice on appropriate nutrition for racing pigeons. Monitoring and evaluation. Regular monitoring and evaluation are crucial to assess the effectiveness of the darkness system. Here are some important factors to consider. Performance tracking. Keep a detailed record of the pigeon's performance in races, including their arrival times and rankings. Compare these results with previous seasons to evaluate the impact of the darkness system. Health observation. Continuously monitor the pigeon's health and behavior during the training period. Look for any signs of stress, fatigue, or illness and take appropriate action. Adjustments. If necessary, make adjustments to the darkness duration based on the performance and well-being of the pigeons. Every bird is unique, and it may require fine-tuning to optimize their racing abilities. Precautions and potential challenges. While the darkness system can significantly enhance the performance of racing pigeons, it is important to be aware of potential challenges and take necessary precautions. Overtraining. Avoid excessive training sessions, as they can lead to fatigue and reduced performance. Strike a balance between training and rest to prevent burnout. Health risks. Monitor the pigeons closely for any signs of stress, illness, or injuries. Promptly address any health issues and consult a veterinarian when needed. Weather considerations. Take into account the weather conditions when implementing the darkness system. Extreme temperatures or adverse weather can impact the pigeon's well-being and performance. Seasonal variations. Adjust the duration of the darkness period based on seasonal variations in daylight hours. Adapt the system accordingly to maintain the desired racing performance. Conclusion. Implementing the darkness system for racing pigeons can be a rewarding strategy for enhancing their performance and homing abilities. By understanding the principles and following the tips outlined in this guide, pigeon fanciers can optimize the training process and achieve improved results in competitive races. Remember to prioritize the well-being and health of the pigeons throughout the training period, regularly monitoring their performance and making adjustments as necessary. With dedication, patience, and a well-executed training plan, the darkness system can be a valuable tool in the arsenal of any aspiring pigeon racer. Young Bird Darkness System Part 2. Racing young birds my way. When you have reared your young birds and have them on the darkness system, they should have been vaccinated as early as possible after weaning. By now your young birds should have been basket trained and learnt to drink whilst in the basket or crate. They should also coming well from training every day. If you can try and get your birds to fly for 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening. I flagged my youngsters at a very early age, so they get used to me flagging them. They get into a habit of flying an hour AM and PM. This should be how they all through the young bird season. You may find it hard to get them into the habit, but you can do it if you want to win. If I can do it, so can you. I get up as soon as it gets light enough to let my birds out, young or old. If it means that you have to go to bed a little earlier, then this is what you will have to do. Because this is what your club's highest prize winner is doing. If you wish to knock him or her from the top spot, be keener and do everything before and better than him. Train every day, weather permitting, up to the first race. It should be around the 20-mile mark on the line of flight right up to the first race. If you don't want to lose many racing, train them hard. After the first club race, let your youngsters pair to whom they wish to. In fact, try and get them all to pair. If you give them wheat germ oil once a week, this will get them very amorous and they should pair very easily. Now put some nest bowls into the young bird loft, all around the floor of the loft, also along the sides of the loft about 2 feet apart. Lean a bit of ply from the wall to the floor over each bowl. The size of the ply should be roughly 18 inches by 18 inches wide. Cover the bowl with a bit of ply, then block one side of the bowl. If you cut a bit of ply at an angle to the floor and the wall, this will block one side. Once you have the birds down on eggs, you may have to place some pot eggs into some bowls and they will sit them. After the second club race, on the Friday afternoon about an hour before you basket the birds, take away all the bits of ply. So now you have all the birds sitting eggs and are in view of all the other birds. This will get them agitated. This is enough for your third race. When the birds come home, they will find all the bits of ply back covering their bowls and nests. They will carry on sitting these eggs as if nothing had happened. The next Friday, 2 hours before you basket them for the fourth race, take away the ply and move every nest bowl still with the young birds still sitting eggs about a foot towards the middle of the loft. If you take a lot of care, the young birds should not get off the eggs. Leave them alone until you basket them for the race. So now you can see that the birds will still sit on the eggs but very agitated, as some of the non-sitting birds will be looking at the bowls with the birds sitting. The sitting birds are now trying to defend their territory for all they're worth. You can let the eggs hatch and still carry this on every week. But it is much better to win the longer young bird races, so start them sitting to fit in with your race program. Save all your egg shells from your stock birds when they hatch. Save them in a jam jar because you can use them for younger birds to G them up. After you have all the nest bowls near the drinker, you can put a few empty shells around the nest bowls. If you have the time and space, another good way to race your hens is: before you start racing your young birds, pair 3 young hens to the same cock. You need a loft where you can let your hens into the cocks department through a hole or sliding door. You need 4 or more cocks so that you can pair a young hen to each of them every week until all the cocks are paired to 3 young hens. Try and not let the young hens lay. Let them pair to the cock for about a week, then another hen is paired to the cock. Repeat this the following week, so after about 3 weeks you have 3 young hens paired to the same cock. On Friday night, whilst basketing for the races, let all 3 hens into the cock. They will all fly to the same nest box where the cock is locked in one side. Be quick and basket them, then do the same until you have all of the young hens basketed for the race. They will get very jealous when all 3 are after the same cock. You can mess about with them every week any way you wish to. Let the cocks into the young birds section when you have basketed all of your other young birds, and only leave the young hens that are paired to the old cocks, but don't let them damage themselves fighting. Remember, there is only one winner in your club, so you only need one really keyed up to win for you. You will find that you will get a few birds together every race. But whatever system you use, you must have good birds, not good pedigrees. The best advice I can give you is to go to the best flyer in your area within a 25-mile radius and try and purchase birds from his best. But the fancier you chose must want you to win with his birds as well. They are hard to find. There are a few things you can do to improve your chances of winning at racing pigeons. One of the most important things is to learn as much as you can about the sport. You'll need to know the different types of pigeons, how to train them, and how to race them. Another key factor is practice. You'll need to be able to fly your pigeons competently in order to win races. And, of course, you'll need to have the funds to invest in racing pigeons and other racing equipment. Free racing pigeon tips and lots of info. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Look at the links and email below. There are many reasons to buy my racing pigeon method. Here are some of the best reasons. You will get excellent results. It's a very simple system to use. It's affordable. I have had over 400 first prize winners. It's adaptable to any situation. You can use it with any racing method, natural, widowhood, youngbirds. It's a very effective method. There is no need to spend a lot of money on fancy pigeon products. It's a reliable system and it is foolproof to use. Professional athletes, race horses, take the same products. There is science behind this, not just hearsay. It is all to do with red blood cells and oxygen in the blood. Without that, a pigeon will not race well, or an athlete will not win a race. If he has low oxygen in his blood, the above is fact and is 100% science. There are a few things you can do to improve your chances of winning at racing pigeons. One of the most important things is to learn as much as you can about the sport. You'll need to know the different types of pigeons, how to train them, and how to race them. Another key factor is practice. You'll need to be able to fly your pigeons competently in order to win races. And, of course, you'll need to have the funds to invest in racing pigeons and other racing equipment. Free racing pigeon tips and lots of info. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Look at the links and email below.